right. Looks like we're looking all right. Welcome. Welcome to the new era. What do we got here? We got Jake, we got Shrimp Dragon, Battlestar, Pegasus, what up, Sean? We got John, Todd, Randy, American Made, Derek Klabauterman. We got David Gray. We got Matt. Saw decent CV players absolutely wreck teams. Ooh, no, no. Greatest Comrade, Santosh, Viper, what up? Welcome everyone, how we doing? Bully Bompa. I'll have we'll probably check out the new campaign reward ship on the stream here. We'll play for a few hours this morning. But I got footage filmed for that. We'll get the actual review up tomorrow. And yeah, today I think we're gonna focus on just playing the carriers a little bit. See what the whole the new thing is here. Played a few games last night. It was kind of as I was expecting. Long queue times just to get into short fill games. So I'm assuming most of the pressure's on the low tier, the tier 3, which would affect potentially tier 2, 3, and 4 for other ships. People are telling me tier 5 is a little bit better. But we'll see once the carrier players get through the lines and they start to exist as they're actually going to exist. Is the matchmaking going to be screwed up or not? That's the question. Currently it is. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if we even playing I assume if we played like Yubari or something, we'd probably get into a 4v4. We can check that out as well. We'll probably have to figure out how to play the non-carrier ships in this environment. So we'll just take a bye here. We got Buck, what's going on? Stylo's in the house. Kogishiwa, tracking you. Love the content, thank you very much, appreciate it. Carlos. Is that, I don't know what that translates to. There's an old Belgian beer, I believe. Golden Carlos. Albert. Life of Ranko. Werman, what's going on? Mopar. Do you like the Suzuya? Yeah, so far. I've played it probably, I don't know. I haven't quite played 10 yet, so that's why I haven't filmed the review, but yeah. So far, I'm liking it. Kingy Snake, Olegger, no balls. Sean, what's going on? Saw 1 CV and over 10 T5. One game with a carrier out of 10. Yeah, I don't think they've gotten too far up yet. I mean, let's see. I think Hosho I played like 2 or 3 games, and then I green XP'd. I mean, these take a little while to grind these out, especially with 4v4s. I mean, there's not a lot of XP out there in those games, so it's going to take people a while to grind. A lot of people are probably going to green XP up the way, but doing good. Asif, how you doing? Excited for the Suzuya? Yeah, it's I think you guys are going to like it. I mean, if you like the Megami or the Atago, movement-wise, it feels pretty similar to that. What's up, Tbull, Silver Fox? Fighting the Wu Flu, yeah, I saw that you contracted that. Hopefully you're doing alright. Get to play while listening to the live stream, nice. Latin for a Swedish king. I gotcha. What ships to buy with the week's discount? Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we can do that. Let's see what they got on sale here. So I think everything, well, yeah, everything is 25% off. Well, not the Orkin. Yeah, a lot of these. Looks like pretty much everything but the Orkin. Too new for a discount, I guess. Yeah, potentially. Oh, the Munchen's not on there. Yeah, maybe I can do that. I'll keep that in mind. How long is the sale on for? Is it just the 1 week? What's up, Bugsby? I do want to point out that we got some ships from Wargaming for the 2-year anniversary, so we'll have some giveaways coming up. Now, I think one of them, I got 3 prizes. One of them will do for the members of the channel. And then the other 2 might be, well, they're definitely going to be for subscribers, but whether they'll be in streams or on videos or Twitter or whatever, we'll figure out how to do that. So stay tuned for that, but we will have some giveaways coming up in the relatively near future. GXP it is. Oh man, Deathstroke a Z23. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I played probably 4 carrier games last night, and my highest damage was about 73,000, I think. Now, not a lot of damage, but if you consider, I think there was 4 or 5 ships in the game. That's almost 2 tier 3 battleships worth of HP. That's pretty high damage, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll check out the Suzuya here. Yeah, speaking of members, I did want to give a shout out to, oops. Let's see. Oh, 84 West was our new member. He joined on the members stream day. Think of that. How's everyone doing the summer occasion? Now, I don't... Basically, when we did the test event, the HE bombs were more or less worthless, at least on the lower tier. But I had some pretty decent hits with them last night, so those definitely got tuned up. So I think the American carriers will be a little bit more valuable. But in general, I think most players are probably going to do better with the Japanese to start. The torpedo bomb is a little easier to deal with. I'll try to explain how to aim. Anyone who's new to the carriers, maybe this first game or so, we'll go over kind of the basics. I'll probably do another video too, going over the basics here. Fandango, what's going on? Let's learn how to play against the carriers. Yeah. I mean, first things first, we got to see how big of an impact they are, because once we've kind of determined that, then how much thought and attention to countering them, you know, then we'll figure that out. Do we need the mods on the ships? You know. But basically right now the carriers, the main strength spotting, and then they can kind of force players to react, or at least strongly suggest to them that they should be reacting to something that previously they didn't have to. So potentially you could force them to angle on Torbs creating a crossfire for your teammates. But we'll see how it goes. The duck, yeah. I think the carriers, if you're going to have a duck flag on anything, they should be on the carriers, right? Still think the HE is worthless? I don't know. We'll check it out. I mean, I only played a couple games, but I saw some 3,000-4,000 type damage hits. And again, these are, you got to keep things in mind, especially when we're looking at these tier 3s. Like, number one, they're low tier ships. Should they be doing 50,000 damage per hit? Hopefully not. But also, the players that have been playing for a while, they got a lot of experience on battleships, a lot of experience on cruisers, a lot of experience on destroyers, no experience on the carriers, unless they're from the PC, you know. So if we're seeing carriers do pretty, you know, have big impacts early, well, in 6 months, they're going to be doubling that on average, you know. As the people that, okay, I'm going to be Mr. Carrier now, I'm just going to play carrier, carrier, carrier. Those guys are going to get pretty damn good at it. And maybe they'll just destroy games. Maybe they'll have impact on games. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, the strategy on the PC, I think good carriers tend to find the destroyers and then help their team kill them first. But strategy on PC and strategy on this, not always the same, because, you know, different play styles. Puerto Rico, what's going on? Carriers are killing you. Yeah, I mean, as a battleship player, you're going to have to kind of keep in mind that most carrier, I mean, if we're looking at like average to below average players in the carriers, they're probably just going to find the battleships because they're the easiest to hit. So you might want to try and stick near a cruiser or something that can maybe cover you. We'll have to see. Oh, Solomon Islands. Here's the new map here. All right, so we got 5 guys in this map. That's pretty good. Yubari. I think, does the Yubari have decent AA? Give tips on battleship strategies with carriers. I mean, I got to figure it out too myself, guys. I'm not a PC player. So, I mean, we played with carriers in the test, but they were largely AI games, which it's like learning to play Destroyer just by playing AI games. Like, you'll figure out how to steer the ship and how to launch the torps, but if you learn how to play Destroyer in AI games, you're going to try and point blank suicide torp everyone time and time again. Let's see here. So I'm going to test this. So setting the waypoint, you go to the map, hold square in this case, or whatever, the left. But I want to see if we turn, if that cancels that. Alright, that appears to cancel it. So if we're just purely going autopilot, just set it up like that, I'm assuming it probably sails to the middle of the square. And we should already be launched here if we're going to try and scout for our team. I just want to test that movement. There's a lot of stuff we got to test, you know. How do you suggest playing cruiser when constantly spotted? Well, I don't know. We'll have to think about it. I mean, if you're constantly spotted, it means the planes are kind of flying over your sector. But I mean, the plane spotting isn't huge. It's not like, you know, like basically this cruiser over here. I think he's being spotted by the Wakeful, I believe, because we can't even see him. But it looks like we're closer to him than the Wakeful. So I mean, it's, I don't think being permanently spotted necessarily will be a thing unless the cruiser's dedicated to killing you, which, or the carrier, which is always kind of the problem with these carriers. They can decide to fuck you up, and there's not a lot you can really do about it. Let's see, he's in the smoke. But here, what we want to do is just, if we can keep this destroyer spotted, our team theoretically could shoot him. Now, this guy's way back here. I don't know if they're going to be able to hit anything, but I don't think this guy's playing the game. Kind of unfortunate. I might as well just try and blind torp, I guess. That's probably not gonna... That's basically like a widespread launch if you don't line up the shot. You can't really zoom in with the plane, so I can't zoom in to see if that guy's got his controller in the hand or what his problem is. Let's see. Yeah, we can't. He is playing the game. He's just barely playing the game. Alright. What's up, David? Is this the new map? Yeah, Solomon Islands. Looks pretty cool. low tier map, so I don't think it's probably too big. Danae trying to torp the Yubari. The broadside Yubari. Danae could probably one-shot that thing. The amount of time it took him to line up those torps, this guy should be dead already. Alright. So how do we aim these bombers? There's two. You got two aim points. The white circle's kind of like where we're kind of gonna wind up, and then the green's the actual aim. And there we got nothing. We got two incapacitations. That's alright. I think he's gonna cap, but I just want to make sure. You can cap with the carriers, you got to keep that in mind. Especially late into the game. Shoot your guns. Oh my god. Did shoot once. There's probably going to be a fuck ton of new players for like the next 6 months. Not that there already weren't, but... Which is good, we'll welcome in. And he's still got a fair amount of dispersion. Once you drop. Like that shot, it really wasn't actually lined up to hit him, but... Because we were close enough, got one hit on him. Okay. So this thing's still going over there. Not looking good. Yeah, opening play, we're going to try and spot the destroyers. Our team didn't want to shoot them this time, so it's kind of a problem. It's very hard for me to tell if this guy's actually got his controller in his hand. That's never a good sign. If you can't tell if your team's actually playing or not. Cap B? You want me to cap B with two ships on... Or this is A, I guess. What you talking about? We already got B. Let's see if we can get a strike off here or not. Now, I think of my carrier builds, I got that fish guy. The torpedo perks affect your ship's torp. So I looked at it, you added like 3-4 knots. Oof. Looks like it hit him, but wasn't armed. Alright, we gotta turn around here. Christian, you don't show up on my feed for some reason anymore. Luck, bro, whatever carrier group you're looking forward to being added. Thank you, Christian. Yeah, I think there's... I believe it's American, Japanese, British, and German on the PC, so... Those would probably be safe bets. Seems like the Germans are pretty strong, at least the new ones. But, I mean, we just got these a day ago, so... Oh! Son of a bitch. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate that. Yeah, not showing up in your feed. A few people have told me that. Now, YouTube's always screwing around with what's going to show up, so... I mean, make sure you're subscribed. If you want to turn the notifications on, you can do that. But a lot of times, you know, I mean, if you haven't watched a video for a while, they might drop you from that person's videos from your subscriptions. This thing's pretty damn low, but I don't think we can hit him. Let's see, that actually might take him out. What the hell? Alright. Yeah, I don't know. They're always... The algorithm is what mystifies us YouTubers. Alright. How do you arm the Torp? Well, next time you don't have to arm them. They just arm automatically, but I'll show you the arming distance. It's that, basically the green bar. Oops. Behind them. Let's see, when we launch these, so basically, when we get the aim up here, you'll see. Alright, so this little white chevron, that's the aim point. Now, this thing that's currently, you got the bright orange and then the green. The green is where the torps will be activated. So you'd want to, if the torps hit inside of that, they're not going to arm. Okay, now if the ship's coming towards you like that shot we had on the destroyer, then it's possible they'll arm as well. So basically you got that bright orange piece of the triangle, the aim thing right by you. And we can go over that again next game. But that's kind of the dead zone where they're not going to arm, and then beyond that, it'll be bright green when you're lining up the shots. That's assuming the ship doesn't come closer to you. If you drop the torp there and the torp hits the target, it'll be armed. That's kind of how that works. 13,000 damage doesn't seem like it worth it. Well, no, I mean, hopefully these aren't the top damage dealers on your team every game, but 13,000 to 73,000 is kind of my range. That's probably the lowest damage that I've done so far out of, let's say, 5 carrier games. But, you know, I'm not good at playing carriers. You know, it's not like if I'm playing a cruiser, I'm probably going to aim the guns fairly well unless I'm having an off game or whatever. This, I'm still trying to learn how to aim or get, you know, better at it. It's not worth it, so don't play carriers. There's no issue. Why should they be able to put 50,000 damage? That's in a 5-ship game, a 4-ship game. You want them to do a battleship and a half's worth of damage? That's a lot of fucking damage. But I haven't played tier 7 carriers, but someone said when you get them in there, they're like really strong, which is what I'm worried about. Yeah, this is proportional. You're watching like a brand new carrier player who sucks at it play the lowest tier carrier in the game. What do we want? Like 200,000 damage? That would be extremely unbalanced. They tuned up the damage somewhat. I don't know what the percentage was, but you know, let's say my team, like that Danae and the destroyer in the back, if they actually move forward that match and like shoot the fucking destroyer that I'm spotting, they kill that destroyer. Potentially they kill the Ubari behind them. That game probably is a win at that point in time. Most of the power, or a huge part of the power of the carriers, is the ability to spot. You're the Eye of Sauron, just floating around in space. The Hubble telescope turned inwards on planet Earth. now we can just see everything, you know. That's huge. I mean, it kind of wrecks one of the interesting parts of the game, the concealment spotting system, but nevertheless, this is the new rules of the game. So you now have the ability to spot shit pretty much anywhere. If your team's not going to shoot the destroyer, well, you're probably going to lose the game because you're on a team with players that don't shoot destroyers. That's not a good team to be on. So, I mean, but it's the same thing. Look at, you can play a game in the Megami and have 40,000 damage and like easily be the most influential player on your team if you're making plays and shit, you know. The game is much more nuanced than just looking at damage. Like if you're only trying to get high damage games, you're probably losing a lot of games that you shouldn't be winning, or you should be winning, because you're not focused on winning, you know. You're just dealing damage. Dealing damage is like part of a strategy to win the game. What tier carrier? Just tier 3 right now. I'm probably just going to mainly grind the Japanese. We'll throw in some Americans. We can check out the campaign ship here. We'll probably play some surface ships. See if we can deal with these carriers, or how hard they are to deal with. Yeah, tier 7. I played probably, you know, 8 Suzuya games last night. I didn't see any carriers in those games, so I know there are tier 7 carriers out there, but a lot of people are just going to grind the lines rather than green XP. Here's a little duck flag. See, I don't know how you can play carrier without the duck flag, but oops. Alright, let's get the... I keep screwing around at the beginning of these games. You want to get deployed. You want to set your waypoint early and then deploy and then start spotting as quickly as possible instead of reading chat and buffing your Dewey. Need to introduce spotting damage ribbons. Yeah, even just a little numerical counter that's just going up with like a little eye next to it or something. Just enough to get Johnny Potato interested. What is that? What is that number that's going up? Maybe I'll Google it, you know. Oh, spotting damage. What's spotting? I've never heard of that. And that, you know, that's like a path to get them interested in learning how to play the game, potentially. But yeah, it would go a long ways. Alright, so... Nerf the duck flag. So there's no destroyers to spot this game. Looks like the carrier is trying to torp me, which I don't necessarily think. We'll just drop over here and then we'll go to the other side because we got the overload over there. So if we can help win that side first, be our best bet. HE bombs, you generally want to line up with the ship like this. Oops. I don't think this guy's playing. And torpedoes, you want to generally get crossfire type shots on those. No, hitting an AFK isn't usually your top priority, but I want to kind of get the show on the road here so we can help with that other side. Oh, now he's moving. All right. Pay 1,000 doubloons to make a duck flag twice as big. Yeah. When's the Suzuya video? I'll probably record the audio tonight and then put it up tomorrow morning is my plan. So this consumable that we just used, the one on the left there, that reduces your engine heat. Let's do it. That's how overheated your engine is. so if you pop that consumable, you can just kind of rush into the action. So again, the aiming, this bright yellow triangle that we're looking directly at, that's the dead zone for your torps. The green bar, that's the arming distance. So we don't want to launch them before. And that ship has the option of turning into these torps to try and make sure that they don't arm. Let's go ahead and return. Yeah, we want to kind of move forward too with our team here, so you don't want to get too far back. You got to keep an eye on the flow of the game with these carriers. Carriers don't hurt the game any more than other ships. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we got to keep in mind we can't really get a good read on these things until people get good at them, you know. Yeah, right now, aside from the matchmaking, which is obviously disastrous, but hopefully that gets fixed as time goes on. Yeah, they're not really causing too many problems yet. I'll agree with you there. But, you know, let's say we get 9v9s and we get a good carrier player at tier 3 and he's putting up 150,000 damage on average. That's going to be a major problem, you know. Examine it in a month or so. Yeah, exactly. Too early to tell much. Alright, let's see here. Let's try the torps. So as you get better at carriers, I think you want to really, I mean, you want to be looking at the map for every class, but I think the carriers kind of need to mostly be looking at the map just to manage the flow of the game. You're going to have to, a good carrier player is going to be keeping an eye on what's happening. Where do we need a little bit of extra help? Spotting wise, damage wise, whatever it is. Oops. Alright. See if we can bust this Danae up here. Now you can play with your speed forward, back, on the left joystick. So when you're coming in here, you can slow down, you can speed up. I mean, that's 3,000 damage that he can't return to me, you know? Is it a lot of damage? Not necessarily. I mean, I could one-shot him if I was in a battleship and he was showing me that side. Or the Yubari could one-shot him, but I mean, we could have... That probably would have killed him right there. Alright, so... Looks like our team's doing pretty well. Let's kind of readjust our position and try and stick with those guys. Actually, let's go... So we got a battleship, a cruiser, they got a battleship and a carrier. So we'll go over to A, see if we can spot him. There, he's going into B here. That's what I kind of figured. What's my favorite type of plane? B-17, probably. I don't know. I don't know. We actually used to have a plane museum, a World War II plane museum near where I grew up. Had a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, there we got him right to the edge of that green box, and those are where the torps arm right there. Oops. We'll do another torp guy here. So, I mean, whether or not our team's ever going to use the spotting we're given, that's up to them. But, you know, we can kind of keep this guy lit who's attacking B, and we'll do a little bit of damage to him. The kid's AA. Yeah, that's, I mean, the kid... You could tell even just playing normal mode, the kid's AA is insane. I've had like 6 or 7 planes shot down with that thing before. But yeah, we'll find out one of these days. So this guy's trying to turn into me. That's a good job with the angling. Again, torps are trying to hit him in the sides. HE bombers more, you know, along with the ship. Yeah, right now, I mean, that's Wyoming. He's been lit for minutes now. Is my team shooting him? But it's up to them. But, I mean, this is... It's not going in the damage column, but it is valuable. Alright. Oops. Oh, shit. Yeah. Apparently he's getting sick of the cut of my jib. Yeah, I mean, we don't even need to attack this guy. And, like, now that my team's shooting at him, I can just fly right here and keep him spotted. They can keep resetting the base, keep shooting them. These guys on my team haven't demonstrated that they're necessarily going to use that information reliably, so I'll probably still try and drop this guy, get some more damage, but the ability to permanently spot the enemy team exists now, you know. If you want to make that play, you can make that play. It should be a permanent fire. And basically we've done 1 battleship's worth of damage. We've permanently spotted huge swaths of the map. You know, there's a lot of value here. Resets. Yeah, why are we getting wrecked? Oh shit. I think we're heading right towards the carrier. Now warn our teams of sneaky destroyers. Yeah, we'll see. Once we get teammates that will shoot the destroyers, we'll see how powerful they are in countering those. I mean, if your team's not going to shoot destroyers, you're already at a disadvantage. But basically, I could, in a game with a destroyer, I can spot them early and then keep them lit until my team kills them, if they're willing to do that. And this is all damage that he can't counter. I can basically torp him from anywhere on the map. I can cause floods from anywhere on the map, fires. What's this guy gonna do? Like, if I'm paying attention to my position, I can make sure he can't shoot me. It's kind of weird. Even if you're down to 2 planes, you still get 2 torps. It's the same as if you have 6 planes. Doesn't feel real fun, and that's not... I'm not going to become a carrier main, let's just put it that way. Okay. I mean, that seems pretty powerful to me, you know. Again, I suck at carriers, and it is what it is. Yeah, we got almost 300 people checking out the stream. Appreciate that. We got 78 likes. If you guys don't mind slapping the like button around. Definitely helps the stream out, helps the channel, and it's much appreciated. Insignia per win, yeah. Yeah, so it's up to 6 insignias if you get all the carriers ground out during this update. Subscribe and hit the bell. Welcome aboard, Corbin. Think everything this week is to appease CV players? Well, I mean, they're going to be extremely popular this week, you know, so hopefully as players play them, a lot of players will be like, all right, this isn't for me. I'm just going to stick to the surface ships, which is good. And then maybe the matchmaking will kind of balance itself out here as time goes on. But so far, we've been seeing 3-4 minute wait times to get into 4 or 5 player per side matches, which is the main thing I was worried about with this whole thing is the matchmaking. So hopefully, again, as the players kind of normalize, more carriers are spread out throughout the tiers and less players are trying to play carriers at the same time. Hopefully it won't impact it as much as it is here, because this game is not really good 4v4 or 5v5. Carriers need to deal more damage, really. I don't know. Can't be bothered to grind the tier 3s. Scouts how to aim a bomb drop. Yep, I'll tell you here. There's going to be 2 clicks of the trigger for the bombs, okay? And the first time when you're lining up, you're going to have a white aim indicator. That's going to be your general dive path. Wherever you click, where you're aiming there, that's where the planes are going to commence dive bombing. Then the aim indicator is going to turn green. Now you pull the trigger again using that green aimer to launch the actual bombs or drop the actual bombs. So in general, the closer the planes get to the ground, the less distance the bombs are going to have to drop, the less chance for dispersion or whatever. I don't yet know, but I'm assuming the further closer to the ground you get, eventually they're going to pull up out of that dive and you're going to miss the opportunity to drop. I just don't know. I haven't played carriers enough to know exactly where that point is, but it does happen. Yeah, we'll keep talking about the aiming throughout the stream here because a lot of people will be tuning in and out. Carriers are fine. The Zamir annoyance, yeah. As long I mean, people are asking for damage though. This is the feedback they're going to be getting. You know, we need more damage, more damage, more damage, and sometimes they're good at holding off popular ideas that would not be good. Sometimes they're not. They don't do that good of a job at it. They're like cave in. Oh, we're bored of the Yamato test event. Let's get rid of this 4v4 Yamato game mode. Okay, we'd get rid of that, guys. Well, now Tier 7 is absolutely destroyed for the next month and a half. Those of you that were around about a year and a half ago, whatever it was, remember well. You know, to get in large-scale battles, I mean, hopefully, right now the matchmaking's all screwed up because you have a limit of 1 carrier per team, okay, as it should be. But you got 50% of the players in this game trying to play carriers right now. 60%, 70%, whatever it is. So you got this huge line of people trying to play carriers and then very short lines on destroyers, cruisers, battleships. So basically all these carriers, how the matchmaking works in this game is you wait for about 3 minutes and then it starts to attempt to short fill you or fill you in a game with a short fill. So that's why we're waiting for 3 minutes and then getting into these stupid, ridiculous games with 3 people in them. So how that's going to be fixed, either, you know, we need all these carrier players. They're banking on, once they're spread out between tier 3, 5, and 7, and after the initial rush of interest, that it's just going to even itself out. Whether or not that's the case, we'll find out here in the next month or so. If this is the new norm, 4v4, 5v5, then they've just committed suicide as a company when it comes to this game, because you can only put up with it for so long. Tier 5's been full matches so far. Yeah. I mean, most of the players playing these carriers are going to grind out the lines. Some of them are going to try and green XP, but you can see here basically that plane was launched. Now, we didn't spot this fruit attack until about 5 kilometers or so. So, I mean, the spotting, you still have to kind of read the map and figure out where these guys are. It's not like you just put a plane in the middle of the map and everything's permanently spotted, but... Alright, so we'll go over that again, but once again, the first aim point is this gray aim circle. That's where we're going to commence the dive, and then the second one is the actual drop point. So for HE bombers, which is what we're in right now, we usually want to try and have the ship pointing at or away from us when we're attacking it. Torpedoes, we want it to be pointed sideways, broadside at us. So if we can, we line up so he's sailing in front of us. He's going to try and turn to dodge. That's fine. Aim with the gray. Now we're kind of told of where to go. Then we're diving with the green. Aim with the green. Drop. And missed. So that's just kind of how the aim goes. There's still some randomized elements to this. Ooh, Yubari torps the Kuma. What do we deal with our ship here? Alright. So it dropped a little bit early there, but I was trying to speed up the aim. Going in, the lower we can get, the less... Oh, so we overshot the drop there. So or actually, I think I got shot down. Yeah, when we're HE bombs, you basically have to pull the trigger twice, is the moral of the story. You having fun? I'm not having fun. It's kind of enjoyable, I suppose. I don't know. I don't think playing carriers is going to be my 9 to 5 at any point in time. So torpedo bombers, we're going to try and hit this guy broadside. Now he's going to try and not cooperate with that. He's turning into us. It's a good job there. So I'll just go ahead and launch. See, he might thread the needle on those, maybe not. Oh, we got him with one. And if he turns into us, we got to drop those torps early, otherwise they might not arm yet. Again, this bright orange, that's the dead zone where the fuse is armed. The green zone right here on the screen, that's where the torps will be armed. Oh. I don't think there's a way to cancel the run without just going through it. Yeah, eventually our planes will come out of the attack. Alright, so I want to stay away from this destroyer. But we'll kind of demonstrate, because it looks like our teammate's coming over here to spot. Now we can kind of tell where he is because of this AA fire. He has no way to turn this off, so that's a disadvantage that destroyers have on this version. But I could just do rings around this guy. Now he's got a really good AA on the American destroyers, so could be tough to keep him spotted for long periods of time. But let's say my teammate's... he's moving into a position to shoot him, hopefully. I can just keep him spotted. And this guy should be able to hit him with shots. That's the idea. I'm content at the moment, yeah, that's... Climb rates of the planes is crazy. Alright, so Farragut v. Ubari. That's actually a fairly even fight. We want to try and chime in and even that up. So gray circle's the dive point, green circle the drop point. See if we can hit him. I think we were right behind him on that one. Oh, fuck, dude. Don't get... Ah, shit. Why are you trying to torp him, man? Pull your fucking trigger. Wow, he got him. Alright, we'll recall the planes. You can do that. That's that other consumable icon. Switch over to the torps. Now we might as well head towards... Let's see. He's capturing A. We'll go sail towards C to try and capture that. Again, we can capture bases. We also want to get kind of close to our targets. Looks like the carrier's all the way in Timbuktu, so... See if you can kill that Ubari. Yep. Ooh, threaded the needle. Carrier just launched the fighter. That's an automatic consumable if the enemy planes get too close to it. Just a standard fighter. Alright, so we're down 50 points. We're probably, if we can get C, we'll win on score. If we can't, we're going to have to kill the carrier. Because we're permanently going to be down about 45 points. One base per side. Will there be a carrier as a campaign ship? It wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure there's plenty of carrier premiums. And we can also use the squadron detected as spotting info, because we can't see where this guy is, but once we got spotted, we know he's in the area. And then we can also watch for his planes to get launched. That kind of gave us another clue. So, like watching the destroyer's AA guns, there's a lot of clues out there that you can use to help with the spotting. Oops, I forgot I was in a torp bomber. So we're going to pull back on the trigger here, give this plenty of time to line up. Yeah, we can just keep this guy lit for our Ubari. Oops, I guess he shot us down. Probably get a CV premium before another tier 7 DD. That's possible. New map. Yeah, Solomon Islands. This is the tier, I think it's tier 3 and 4. Maybe 2. You can see it. It's a low tier map. First low tier map we've seen in a while. First new one. And then the other one's kind of a cool map with like circular formations. So a couple maps. Early impressions, I like them both, but it's going to take a while to figure them out. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that. So we'll use that consumable here. Again, this cools down the engine. You can see that left down thing there. Torpedo whistling Italian opera. Yeah, so we only had 10k damage there, but again, with the spotting, and the spotting aspect is going to be more and more valuable. If we ever have carriers in 9v9 games, if 9v9 games still exist, that spotting is going to be really valuable. Because then we can just basically hold the destroyer spotted and we'll basically be able to get back to him before he can get out of there. You can just keep the thing lit, your team's shooting him, kill the destroyer, find the other destroyer, kill him, keep him lit. Now they don't have any real pieces that are good at scoring. And, you know, it's advantage blue. That's the strategy. Like the last video. Thanks, David. You're new. Welcome aboard. Play the campaign cruiser. Yeah, we'll check it out. Don't worry about it. We'll get a few points into these low tier carriers. I'll probably boost through some of the shit. I don't want to play hundreds of carrier games just to check them out. But yeah, Suzuya. We'll check that one out. That's a good one. Yeah, I'll have a Suzuya video coming out tomorrow, so that'll be kind of the official review, but we can do a quick check on it today. We'll be mostly playing carriers today just because I want to kind of grind the lines. Everyone's trying to play the tier 3, yeah. I have no idea, but I would guess at least half the players playing World of Warships Legends right now are trying to load in at tier 3 carriers, so that's why this matchmaking's so screwed up right now. Just joining. Welcome aboard, Jeremy. Ranger, yeah. I'm primarily, if I'm going to focus on one line, I'm going to kind of focus on the Japanese and then kind of work on the Americans secondarily. But I'm not going to be in a mad dash to get to these tier 7 carriers. I mean, we'll get to them eventually. Global XP to tier 5s, you get instant 9v9s. Yeah, that's a good point. What's up, Hive? How you doing? XP is really low even when focusing on spotting. Yeah, I don't feel bad about that aspect of it. I mean, how you have to kind of like take a line of cruisers, for instance. You have 7 ships to grind, right? Here we have 3 ships. So I think the XP, the lower XP earn, I think is reflective of that mostly. I think they'd tune it down a little bit just so, you know, you're not shooting up the ladder. But we're not getting many captures at all. I mean, I was attempting to capture a base last game, but it would have taken a long time. So we're not getting points from that. Damage, you know, it is what it is. Stylo, welcome back. Joining the new members. Yeah, we just had our April members stream, which what we do for that, we kind of, it's a private stream, but we do countdowns, try and get as many people into the same games as possible. So that was last Saturday. That's usually the best session of the month in terms of quality of opponents. Skyraider, happy birthday. Queue for aircrafts is so long. Yeah, it's just because again, you can only have one per team. So, and half the people playing this game right now are trying to play tier 3 carriers. So, this is to be expected. Hopefully, it balances out, you know, as time goes on. If this is the new norm, then the game it'll fix itself over time because everyone will quit playing the game. But hopefully, that's not the problem. Thank you, Stylo. Appreciate that. Need to bring the price down on tier 7 carriers. I mean, there shouldn't be a rush. Like, you know, do we need 1,000,000 tier 7 carriers the first day? We already have too many brand new players at tier 7. Why do we need brand new carrier players, which is everyone? You know, I understand a lot of people have the green XP to shoot up the ranks, but take your time. Learn how to play carrier. Learn the strategy. So, I mean, when I'm giving you guys tips, I've done a lot of research on the PC version. I've tried to learn the strategy and all, but I'm still learning myself, so I don't want to buy 2 tier 7 aircraft carriers and come off like I'm the carrier expert, you know. Alright, so we do have a destroyer here, so I'll try and demonstrate what I feel like we're trying to do here. So if we can use our clues and keep this guy spotted, and then hopefully our team will shoot him. But these low tier games, your team's going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time convincing your team to shoot destroyers to begin with. Alright, so we're getting AA here, so we can kind of tell he's probably right over here. What is this guy? Mutsuki? I don't think he should have very good AA. Guess we might as well try and drop them while we're over here. But you can see we're just gonna try and keep them lit as long as possible. No one on our team's really shooting them. I don't think they have an angle yet. But now we've kind of forced them to use the smoke. So hopefully at a higher tier game, our team would be shooting this guy. Alright. I think part of it, he was behind that island for a little while, so I don't necessarily blame the team there. I don't think they had a shot quite yet. But just knowing where the destroyer is, that's good information, you know. Seems like you lose money playing them, though. I don't know. Let's take a look at our earnings after the game here. Alright. So, we got a battleship and 2 cruisers. Should probably try and kill that Königsberg. He's more dangerous. Battleships are easier to hit, yes, but Königsberg's he's the real deal. Alright, so for him there, he could turn into those torps. You can see those actually didn't arm because he slightly turned in there. So even though we hit him with one kind of V-shaped, widespread type torp, didn't do any damage. Alright, let's get rid of that Königsberg here. Yamato will never see a California. Should never see a California. Only played one match to girlfriend pulled you away. Yeah. Well, what'd you think? You can't fail like Cali to legendary tier. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was thinking tier 7. Yeah, tier 5 you can get into tier 6 divisions and then get into tier 7 matches. That's the fail platoon for tier 5. Alright, good job there. Try and get rid of this Montecachile. We still want to kind of kill the cruisers, even though that battleship's getting pretty close to us. Fuck. Yeah, I think we're going to get killed here. Let's see. Maybe we'll just park here because we still got pretty good concealment. Now, part of my builds, I got Swirsky on there. So he's 14 kilometers away. He's still going to have a hard time finding me for a little while. Looks like our team's trying to torp their carrier, and then maybe they'll get on the base, maybe not. We'll see. If I had to pick who's going to win this, I would say Red's probably in a better position. Oh, I just killed the carrier there. They can kill that Montecachile. Here's another thing. Like, I can keep resetting this base from basically anywhere on the map. Theoretically, at least, if we can hit them. And we got a reset. Okay. Alright. So they're just doing a pretty good job shooting us down, which is a good sign. Let's see. Some huge damage going on. Well, we've had 4 hits. Okay. 4 hits for 13,000 damage. That sounds pretty damn good to me. I mean, are tier 3 ships in general as accurate as tier 7 ships? No. So we should already be having a relatively difficult time hitting these. And then you add in the fact that, you know, I'm just as new at these as everyone else is. I'm not going to be as accurate as a carrier player as I would be as a whatever else player, you know. But, I mean, like, this guy, he's charging in here. He doesn't need to do that. He can just park behind an island and burn this fucking guy down. Advantage all day, every day. Blue team. It's just this guy's too new to understand what the fuck I'm doing. So most of the value that this carrier provides is the spotting. If your team doesn't know what spotting is or doesn't know how to use it, then you're not getting that value. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist, though. Oh, I didn't get it off. Okay. You know, I mean, these are low-tier games where your team's not really... It's the same thing if I'm a destroyer spotting for that guy and he ignores that and tries to suicide rush this guy. He's going to die either way. You know? That's not a surprising result there. If he just parks behind that island, burns this guy down, I don't even get in this guy's AA range. If I recognize my team's actually using the spotting, well, then I play to spot for the team then, you know. It's the same thing as the destroyer, just parking somewhere and spotting ships and then letting the team shooting. Alright, so he's going to try and turn in here, so... See if we can wreck him or not. Yeah, his AA is doing a good job. Now, we obviously don't know what these guys' builds are. But, I mean, if we can get, like, 1 torp off, 2 torps off, and then we're shot down, that's how the carriers are balanced, then I think that works, for me at least. I mean, if you watch PC play this shit, like, the players just keep dropping the same ships over and over again. They never get shot down. Alright, so we got him off the base. Let's see, we got 5 minutes. I don't think we got enough time. We got like a half health Monte Controller we could probably kill, but the carrier... Oh, the carrier's dead. We might be able to win this game. Alright, let's drop him first, and then we'll... Alright, I think that's a permanent fire. Yeah, so he's dead. Alright, let's... Squadron detected, okay. We'll let our torps... We'll give them a little bit of time. I was thinking about switching the planes. But, we're doing alright here. Alright, smoke over here. See if we can get a clue where... Looks like the smoke's expanding this direction here, so... We're going to try and blind fire the smoke. We might as well try and blind fire the smoke, you know? But we got 4 minutes. That should be hopefully enough time to get this guy. Oh, he's coming back to the base. Alright, he's low. All we got to do is hit this guy once. So we'll see it here. If me as a completely brand new, scrubby carrier player can carry this fucking game as a carrier, then I'm leaning towards strong, you know? I mean, this seems strong to me. You guys are looking at the raw damage. Go parallel to battleships. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not expert at positioning on these things yet, but Yeah, in general, if I'm an HE bomber, I want to line up the shots like with the ship like this. Torp, we'd rather be hitting broadsides, but you know, is what it is. Shit. Alright. So this might be for all the marbles right here. I think I'd be better at hitting this thing with an HE bomb. I think if we hit him once, he'll probably be dead. Alright, I got 3.5 minutes to hit him. Let's see if we can get lined up right. Okay, no damage. Shit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm feeling like the AA is doing a pretty good job, which is a good sign in my opinion. But again, if I'm better at drops, HE drops, I think this game's already over. Let's see. I'm just kind of slow play this one, try and get a few more planes in my bomber squadron. Alright, let's see if that hits. Yeah, it's a lot easier to dodge when we're launching with him. He's doing a good job countering the planes. Hey, Ryan. Myron. Alright, we gotta hit him once. The problem is we're coming in with like 3 planes and he's able to shoot down about 2.5 by the time we can get him. Let's see here. Try and slow down as much as we can. Wait for the smoke, hopefully. Come on, you bastard. This guy's doing a hell of a job dodging. Alright, well, I think he's... Oh, I got it. Alright. Alright. German CVs have AP planes and AP bombers, yeah. I mean, I'm not... People are saying it's a good sign that we don't have those yet. Rocket planes. I'd agree, it's just... Because we don't have them yet doesn't mean we're not going to get them, you know? If that's kind of the quote-unquote flavor of the German line or whatever. Wouldn't surprise me. Alright, so what do you think there? Like, if I knew how to fucking aim a torp or an HE bomb, I'm pretty sure we win that game, right? Yeah, how did those not hit? I think, well, tier 3, there's a lot of built-in dispersion, you know? We saw that during the test. The tier 5 bombers and the tier 5 planes in general were just more effective. Alright, so we'll take a look at this and then we'll play some more carriers. But Suzuya, what do we got here? Those of you that played the Megami should look pretty familiar. Got 3 gruns in the front, 2 in the back. We actually have double torp launchers. Where are they? Maybe we'll be able to see them better once the game starts. But yeah, we got 4x4, 11 knot or 11 kilometer range torps, only 56 knots. But reload time 8.4. I got my fire chance at 19. That's with the Atago. Kind of makes up for not having the EOP. Here we got a 10%, or wait, 8% boost the fire chance, 10% boost the damage. A lot of you guys don't have this player, I know that. Just put Macau on there. What's your inspiration for Yamaguchi? Right now I got the fishbowl guy, which increases torp speed, and Swirsky, which reduces ship concealment. But I haven't put a lot of thought into them. I'm still figuring out how to play the carriers, you know. Once I do that, then I'll come up with builds that I think would work. Montecuccoli is quick and steers well, yeah. And he was doing a good job countering them. Like, when we were in bombers, he went broadside to us. When we were in torp bombers, he went parallel to us, you know, along with us. So he was kind of countering the carrier as well as I would know how to do it, you know. Currently. Hold as long as you can. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. It's going to take me a little while, but where the pull off point is, you know, if you die too low, then you miss the run. But kind of as you become a good carrier player, you're basically going to get as low as you can and then drop the bombs. So how that works, I'm still figuring it out. Alright, so here's the torps. They're kind of, they look kind of like Atago's firing range. Well, no, more like Megami, I think. Kind of more rearwards. Can't really launch forwards, but you got 2 launchers per side. So you can get a fair amount of torp coverage. I need support! Help me! Alright. End of a run as a timer. Okay, I gotta pay attention to that then. I did not notice that. I think someone told me that during the test and I forgot about that. That's a good tip though. I'll have to remember to check that out. Oh, looks like the forecast is calling for golden showers. And you can have some rippers in terms of damage. My highest, I think, on this so far is like 130, 140, but you know, I don't always try and play it for huge damage because you got really good concealment. You got playmaking ability on this thing. But if you're just shooting battleship, 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 and look at these torp launches, by the way, you can basically stack them both. It's not like the Atago where one torp goes forward, one goes backwards. Alright. Oh, shit. Oh, God. That's alright. We killed half their destroyer core. The other half is dead now. As long as our destroyer stays alive, we should have a win at this point. Yeah, like everything else in life, you don't want Yamato shooting you in it. So we gotta play a little bit more carefully at this point. Yeah, look at all these torps. We can just fucking pepper. Pollute the waters. I think we might get him with that one. Let's see. Oh, he just turned out of it. How the fuck did he aim that high? A lot of times when you're trying to dodge these shots, if you just would not dodge, you'd have a better chance of staying alive. Gonna fire a lot of HE in this one, but you do have AP that can be used. Oops. I don't think the Wichita fighting this is the best thing for us. It's alright, we can kind of distract him, get him off of B. Why do we not have any caps, guys? Yeah, just gonna try and get this guy out of position. He's probably gonna kill us, might even kill us with that salvo. Come on, guys, will you shoot the fucking thing? I think I'm just gonna drop spot here and see if we can... The guy is surrounded and nobody's shooting him. Alright, finally. So we got B, we should have C. And they're just anchored behind A, so that should be a win. Would I recommend anything from the store? Yeah, we can run through what's available right now. Yeah, if you guys have been on the fence, I want a premium at some point in time, but I wasn't quite sure. Well, now would be a good time because they're all 25% off, and the premium ships in this game are not what you would typically describe as cheap. So, at least not in my opinion. What's up, Sean? How you doing? All right, good job there. Wow, I got skunked. Yeah, didn't have to do too much there, but take the W. What's in the store right now? I mean, Scharnhorst is always a crowd favorite. Gulio. By the way, if you're just tuning in, I got a few ships to give away coming up here, so how we'll give them away, if not 100% sure. I think I'll do one for the YouTube channel members and then two for YouTube channel subscribers. So I'll have a tier 4, 5, and 6 to give away, and then they're probably do it in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. But Gulio's always good. Nelson's a fan favorite. Charlemagne's kind of, I don't know if most people would like that one, but let's see. West Virginia's fun. Flint is pretty good. Atlanta. Kid's one of the best destroyers in the game, in my opinion. Let's see here. Yeah, the Exeter's 7,500. That's not a bad deal. Wood's not bad. The Munchen's not on sale, unfortunately. Yeah, Z39, best sonar on a destroyer. That's always good. Terrible. That's, I mean, if you're a really good destroyer player, that's good. Destroyer players usually really like that one. I really like Leningrad. I think that's solid. Molotov's got ripping AP. These two cruisers need EOP in my opinion, but the Gulio's a great. That's a good tier 4 battleship. Boise's a cash cow, yeah. Yeah, Boise can be a good one. I mean, there's a lot of good premiums. Let's see if there's any over here. Are these ones on sale? I don't know if these ones are on sale or not. I can't tell because I have them all, but if these are on sale, 261, DeGrosse, Warspite. A lot of good ones. Alright, let's keep grinding this line here. Fuck. The Duke of York worth getting. I mean, if you really like the King George, it's kind of like premium version of that. Kid is hands down the best ship in there. Nah, I mean, the kid's a fan favorite, or at least this fan's favorite. If you understand American gunboat play, it's a fun ship and it's extremely dangerous. But if your understanding of playing destroyers is I just torp battleships, you're not going to like the kid because the torp package on that isn't the best. Whoops. Too bad Munich's not on sale. Yeah, it looked like 2 or 3 of the most recent premiums they didn't put on sale, which makes sense. Yeah, the Munchen's a good one. Tbull's the Poltava damage holder. I don't know. I haven't looked at it for a while, but I thought someone might have. Let's take a look here. I had the Fuso damage record for a long time, and someone got that. I think my only active record was the Poltava. But someone probably snagged that one by now. Let's see. Mark White's got both dragons. Let's see, where is the Poltava? Oh, it is still mine. 217. That's a pretty good score for that one. Yeah, it plays a lot different, Sean. You're right about that. Yeah, the Poltava is the only Russian battleship I got the Lev Galar on. The other ones I tend to run Kedrov just because they're more tanky. Orkin? Yeah, the Orkin's not on sale either. That's why I didn't include that one. The Orkin, I think, is a really good ship for divisions. I still have fun with it as a solo, but anything that's radar focused like that is kind of dependent on your team actually paying attention to the game, which I don't know if a lot of you guys might be new to the game, but your team generally isn't paying attention to what's going on around them, which can make it frustrating at times. How do you look up damage records? If you go to the official Discord, the Wargaming World of Warships Legends Discord, then you scroll all the way down, they'll have the damage records section at the bottom. Poltava worth it. I don't think it would be that popular for most players. It's kind of more of a traditional battleship. I don't know. I don't see it out there too often, so I don't think it's wildly popular. Don't you get Swirsky with Orkin? Yeah. Well, yeah, if you don't have Swirsky, because the Biscuit isn't currently available, right? So if you desperately want Swirsky, that's one way to get him. Munchen or Warspite? Fuck, I don't know. I mean, Warspite's one of my favorites. Warspite, you can always say, could be the most accurate battleship in the game. And when you're seeing tier 4s, tier 5s, that's a lot of Hegons. Munchen's pretty damn good too. You just gotta kind of know how to protect yourself. Ehrenberg's your favorite ship? Yeah, Stylo would agree with you. I don't know if he's still around or not, but I know one guy that would. Alright, so this map is small enough we don't really need to get too close. Maybe we'll just park here for now. No destroyers to spot, so keep that in mind. Which one's a better overall ship? I don't know. It's kind of comparing apples and oranges in a lot of ways. What's my favorite type of ship? I mean, I usually like all of them. For a while, I had kind of a reputation as like a cruiser player, but I think it was just because I was really focused on trying to teach players how to play cruisers. Yeah, let's try and drop this thing here. I probably pulled that a little too early. We'll find out. Oh yeah, so there's the time to target. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so we're too early there. All right, so that little seconds on that center of the screen. 2, 1, 0. That's your attack timer. So the first number is how long until you actually pull out of the attack or the bottom of the bomb run, and then the second number is how long to get back up into attack position. Might as well drop that fuck since we're at it. I think the carriers tend to have pretty good AA. Alright, so we got a Furutaka, Shizuki's. Kuma's is getting twerked over there. Oh. Yeah, we gotta do something here. The problem with these 5v5s is if you go down a ship early, I mean, you gotta even that up really quickly or else you could be in trouble. Looks like these guys are just gonna melt. Kurachaka broadside to the entire team. We'll see if that's a valuable strategy or not. This guy's being a pain. Let's see if we can get this bastard. Down 2. Fuck. It's not looking good. Alright, so 14 seconds left on the attack, so that works for torpedoes as well. Good to know. Alright, how are we doing on space? Looks like we're alright. I think this match would be alright, except for our team's just getting fucked up. You have to upgrade to get the CVAA. Oh, it doesn't come with the stock. Yeah, I got both of these carriers upgraded. Hey, Wookie. Returning planes aren't invulnerable. That I don't know for a fact. I'll have to pay attention. I don't know. In my opinion, just the small amount of games I played as a carrier, I still feel like the planes are getting shot down adequately. So that, from that perspective, I'm fine. We don't really know what kind of builds our opponents are running. If these are AA focused builds or if these are just kind of stock plane or stock ships, but See if we can hit this fuck or not. Yeah, he's low. You want to shoot him? Nope. Too much to ask. It's one plane with a widespread like that, you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get. Alright, let's go over here. Yeah, this really sucks. I mean, I don't know if you got really, really good at carriers, if you could win a situation like this. I kind of doubt it. And we couldn't even close that game off earlier, where all we had to do was hit the Montecachole once in like 5 minutes. So... Yeah, what are you guys thinking in your experience? Are the planes going down easily enough? My main fear with these, in terms of dealing damage, was they could keep striking the same plane, or the same ship over and over again. Oops. Looks like we're getting dropped. So for the ship's going away from us, you got to lead quite a bit. I'm still trying to figure out exactly by how much, but... Alright, he's on fire. Let's see if that's perma. Ah, fuck. That should be all she wrote. If you want me to kill any ship. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the downside of playing against the carriers, is if it really wants to kill you and it's got enough time, it will do it. But I think that's kind of the order of how you want it to go. You want to kill the surface ships, protecting the carrier, and then kill the carrier. I think bad counter carrier play is going to... Destroyers going all the way around the edge of the map, trying to get behind them and then torp them. Destroyers are too valuable to have goofing off like that for that amount of time. If you're getting 50,000 damage every game as this carrier, then I think you're doing just fine. I do not expect Wargaming's design philosophy with these to be, let's make them the strongest damage dealers in the game. If that's their philosophy, then they're fucking retarded. Because that would absolutely ruin the game. We don't have any evidence to suggest that that's how their approach is yet. It definitely wasn't during the test. They've turned the damage up, yes, but we'll see. I mean, once we start to see good carrier players, are they putting up 150k semi-routinely in Tier 3? Well, that's a big amount of damage. It's very, very hard to get 150,000 in Tier 3. But why should I be dealing massive amounts of damage when nothing can damage me in return, you know? They have to kill everything in front of me and then push into me. I could spend half the game, 2/3 of the game, hitting other people, spotting other people, and they can't do anything about it. I mean, 50,000 at Tier 3 is already pretty strong. And I suck at it. I've had multiple 50,000 damage games with these, you know. As long as your team doesn't get decimated in the first 3 minutes. Well, that's easier said than done. Especially if you got a 5v5 or a 4v4. If your team can stay alive for 5 minutes, that's impressive as it is, you know. But we're not seeing... Once people figure out what's going on with the carriers, hopefully they're spotting the destroyers and the team are shooting the destroyers. That's a huge part of their value. Countering the scoring piece of the enemy team. We've tried to do it 2 or 3 times today. Nobody's shot at the fucking thing. So, I mean, we're not seeing a huge part of their value. And part of it's a low-tier game. A lot of new players trying to figure out what's going on. They don't zoom out. They don't shoot destroyers because they can't hit them, according to their own brains. And then they just say zoomed in on the binoculars the whole match, shooting at the same battleship. So, I mean, we're losing a huge amount of value right there. We'll see if we're playing a tier 7 carrier, if we just circle around the fucking, you know, Udachi for the first 2 minutes. Well, the team should kill him, you know. Now, if you've killed the Udachi basically for free, that's pretty goddamn powerful. If that's all it does for the whole match, that's pretty goddamn powerful. If it adds an extra 150,000 damage on top of that, that's too fucking powerful. We don't want that. "4v4, 5v5, horrible." Yeah, I mean, I knew this was going to happen out of the gate. The hope is that this gets fixed. I mean, it should be lessened as all these carrier players either decide they don't want to only play carrier or they're spreading out between the tiers, you know. But right now we got half the players in World of Warships Legends playing tier 3 carriers, so it's obviously massively screwing up the matchmaking, as that's very obviously predictable. It's just coming right over here. We'll see. We'll play C first. But we'll try and do it here this match. We'll try and find that V25 and just keep them lit and see if they shoot them. You know, it's hard to demonstrate this play with players that don't know what the fuck they're doing, which is your typical tier 3 player, tier 2 player. You're averaging 70 in a tier 3 carrier. I mean, that's massive. The tier 3 battleships are like 35,000, so you're on average killing 2 battleships worth of HP. That's too fucking strong. They screwed it up if that's the case. Alright, I don't think the destroyer is over here, but might as well drop over here, then we'll reposition. Oh, there he is. Yeah, let's see if we can just keep this destroyer lit here. So we'll just fly right over this fucking thing. Guess we might as well launch a torp while we're at it. Now, whether they need me to spot, I don't know. I mean, this Campbelltown should be seeing them, but you understand if, like, these guys are all playing behind these islands and they're just having me spot this destroyer for them, and then they're shooting the destroyer. They can kill them without taking any return fire. Look at that beautifully aimed shot. Oh yeah, I'm a fucking pro. That's ridiculous. I think it was a homing torp. Yeah. Oh shit. They're shooting back. What the fuck are you doing? Alright, so now they're down the destroyer. Again, this particular match, is the destroyer dead because of us? Probably not, because our team's sailing straight forward at full bore, you know, I mean. I don't think they needed us to spot them there, because they're going to spot them anyways. Alright, so aiming the bombers, we got the white circles are rough area we're going to drop, and then green circles the aim point. Oof, miss. I got to get a little bit better at keep an eye on that time to target metric. So you got the two parentheses in the middle of the screen. Now someone pointed out on the right hand parenthesis, once we begin our attack, it'll tell you how long you got to drop the bombs before it pulls out. You want to get that as low as possible while still staying on the target. So we got 6, 5, 4. There we go. Alright. Now that we get the torps up, we should be able to wreck this guy. You out of here, Monk? Alright, we'll see ya. People seem to use their AA to locate you. Absolutely. Yeah, already. We were talking about that a couple games ago. If you're trying to find that DD, it can't turn the AA off, so even though you can't see it, you can see the flak emanating from it. Alright. I'm sure he had a blast, like, getting decimated by a guy that's 10 kilometers from him that he can't see. Alright. So, now that that guy's dead, we'll reposition here. Sean coming in hot. Welcome to the members. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining the channel. I mean, that, if we're going to have these carriers in the game, I didn't have a problem with that being unable to turn that off when we're just talking about spotter planes or whatever, but with this, you got to be able to turn it off. That's another suggestion we got to get implemented. Because that is a big advantage. If I'm trying to hunt that destroyer, even though I can't see him until I'm about 3 kilometers or whatever away from him, if all I got to do is get 5 kilometers away from him until his AA starts spraying all over, then I'm looking for that, you know. First step, am I getting detected? Okay, I am. Next step, let's sail around looking for that AA fire, and then visually spot him for our team, / attack him. I need intelligence data! Ugh. I'm providing spotting on the only target on the red team. What do you need help with? What are you asking for? Alright. Oops. Been watching the vid since you started playing. Glad to be a supporter. Glad to have you along. Appreciate that. Seems to take some of the skill out of the DD hunting, yeah. It does, yeah. And I think if you watch the PC version, they'll all turn their AA off. Or in most instances. Alright. So we had 8 hits with 36,000 damage. All we had to do is hit people 8 times, and we got 36,000 damage. You want more damage? I don't think so. Lord Chungus, what's going on? Can't go to caps at the beginning of the game, yeah. Well, that's just it, Jones. I mean, good carrier play, we're going to try and shut those destroyers down. I can't really demonstrate it that well at tier 3 just because there's nobody shooting the destroyers. But Yeah, that's kind of the order of operations for the carriers. You want to help kill the destroyers first. You do that by spotting, just sail or fly over them until your team kills them, hopefully. And then move on to, you got to keep an eye on the map. What side needs help? What side needs spotting? What side needs a little bit more damage, you know? So if you're going to be good at carriers, you got to have good map awareness, good game awareness. If you're just, I got this battleship, he's parked on the moon, I'm going to torp him or bomb him for the next 25 minutes, well, that's not good carrier play generally. And we'll see, it's tough to say, tough to demonstrate these strategies when we got 4v4 or 5v5, because most of the games, they're over in the first 3 or 4 minutes. So if there's more damage, your limited skills are enhanced. Yeah, the full tech trees. I mean, the design reason for that is condensed matchmaking, you know, which has been a major plus. I don't know how many people are playing this game at any given moment, but if they're spread out over top or they're spread out over 10 tiers, well, they're more spread out. If they're spread out over 8 tiers, they're more condensed, which means they're going to have less of these short fill games in theory. Has anyone gone directly for the carrier with a destroyer? Lots of people. That's going to be the new destroyer play. I don't recommend that. I want, you know, it's if these carriers are going to be responsible for completely removing any modicum of strategy that may have ever existed at any point in time, fuck them. You know, that's not a good addition to the game. Destroyers, you got to spot, you got to cap, you got to counter the other destroyers. Your jobs are still the same. They're going to be a lot harder now. We're gonna have to figure out how to do that efficiently. But the very, very bottom of the list is kill the carrier. Until they prove to be the top damage dealers every game. If that's the case, then the balance is all fucked up and we got to get rid of the top piece. But right now, they should be very influential because of the spotting and everything else they can do. But you still want to kill everything else. It's like removing all the shit around the king, all right? It's a lot easier to win a game of chess when there's no pieces left to protect the king than when there's a bunch of pieces. Most of your standard games now, cruisers. Yeah, cruisers, I mean, by default should become much more powerful because they generally have the best AA. Drommels, what's going on? Why not switch to the carrier commander I just got? I think I got them both right now. Well, they gave me both of them level 10, and then I boosted them both up to level 14. So if I just got a duplicate, then it's just like any other commander. You got to get one duplicate for Legendary 1, which I already got, and then a couple more copies to get Legendary 2. I'm not planning on spending a shit ton of commander resources on these carriers. I'm mainly going to try and become, I'd say, a good carrier player, mainly for my own understanding of how to counter them, you know. That's why I always recommend playing all the classes just so you know what those classes are trying to do. If you just play Battleship, you can kind of figure out you don't like destroyers, but how do you really understand what the destroyer is trying to do unless you got experience as a destroyer player. It's possible, Dave. I mean, I'm not going to say don't try and kill the carriers. I'm just saying don't forget how to win the game. How to win the game is still going to be the same. Win by capturing and controlling objectives. All right, 4v4. Fuck yeah. All right, they do have a destroyer. Let's just park for here for now. I don't know. All right, Madman Jerry. We'll see ya. Thanks for hanging. Order to play Artie safe, you had to play as an Artie. Yeah, it's a good point. Like I didn't enjoy playing arty necessarily in World of Tanks. I tried to play one arty game per session every time I sat down, just so I would have kind of a understanding of what we're trying to do as an arty player. But it's exactly right. Like if you want to look at that Montecuccoli player, he understood how to counter us, how to dodge, and all that sort of stuff. But even overall strategy, there's a lot to learn. You know, these are all completely new aspects of the game. Yeah, let's see if we can find that destroyer. Now, this team, I mean, these guys are already fucking with each other, ramming each other, so I'm not expecting these guys to necessarily shoot a destroyer that I'm spotting. Maybe if this guy has the destroyer over here, we can help him win the fight. This is so dumb. 4v4. It's basically 3v3. Yeah, the Farragut's going to be tough for us to deal with because it's got good AA. What the fuck you're torping at? Look at the guys on our map. They're not even recognizing that the entire enemy team is over here. Let's just see how long it takes them. Just for our own edification. Yeah, I had to pull the trigger there. We were just about out of time. It's like in this game, how valuable is the carrier? Not really that valuable in 4v4, I don't think. Kamikaze is not going to fight the Farragut. The rest of our team is doing God knows what. Here's the deal. If you look at the map once a minute, you would notice 3 red ships over here. And then all they got is a carrier somewhere in Timbuktu. So then, again, if you actually looked at the map as these two players should be doing, then they'd be like, okay, we should probably go over here. But you actually have to look at the map. The map, if you're new, is in the top left part of the screen, by the way. A lot of people have never seen it before. This potato soup needs more potato. You out of here, Thoughtful? Alright. See if these don't need any more buffs, yeah. It's part of that test is everyone was in Texas's. Yeah. Not gonna hit him with that, obviously. Oh, widespreads. Yeah, this type of match is just kind of a waste of my fucking time. Like, these guys may die before they pull the trigger once. This guy's can't do anything. He's getting chased by a Phoenix and a Farragut. He's obviously gonna get his shit kicked in. I could either torp this fucking loon back here, or else I gotta torp these ships that I can't really hit that well. This game's just kind of a waste of everyone's time. Oh shit. Wasn't really paying attention to my position. Oh, they found the carrier. That's good. How that's possibly going to help us win the game, I don't know, but at least the goal that they set for themselves is being accomplished. Where is this fucking destroyer? Oh, he's getting his shit kicked in. He can't help us. Yay! Yay! Oh, we're in the bombers again. Shit. Shit. Alright. Think we dodged. Fuck. Wow. Not the best torp. Whoops. I don't... Can you pull out of the run early? Is there a button to cancel this attack? Does anyone know? Why is that guy not fucking shooting me? That's the most annoying part of this whole thing. I understand this guy's a brand new player, but... yeah, better turn out of here. Where's our secondaries, man? Shit. Ah, we're dead. I should have launched there, because you can... Your planes will still be alive when you launch them. I was seeing if I could dodge the torps, though. Alright, well, that should be a win if this guy gets on the base and stays over there. Complete waste of everyone's time. I don't understand why... My advice to them going into this was make the fucking carriers wait for half an hour to play. Don't do these 4v4s. But that's obviously not the priority. A lot of destroyers were hiding. Oh, great. Torpedo and bombs, they do give higher damage. I mean, the HE bombs during the test basically did no damage, which I was fine with. But I think that one got a fairly significant buff, and then the torps, I can't remember what they said. I think they gave them a little bit more range and a little more speed or something like that. But, I mean, the torps, I've noticed hitting more torps. I'm not a pro torpedo bomber by any means, and I'm getting plenty of strikes. Burst Storm, here's for the good efforts, but I still hate those banana boats. Thank you very much, appreciate that. Why are the carriers so expensive? Because there's only 3 ships in the line. Rather than have you be able to grind them out in 8 hours, they extended it to 16 or whatever. So just if you want to become a carrier player, you got to play some carriers. You got to learn how to play the game. Let's do that in the low tiers. We don't need to be in your tier 7 carriers 3rd game into the carrier career. Bad carriers are going to ruin tier 7 just as much as bad destroyer players. Plug in all carriers, V carriers, then. That I'd be down with. You guys go into this little corner of the game. I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not devastated by these carriers. You know, I've seen some what I would consider to be high damage games for the carriers, but again, we're not really seeing the potential. If we got a 9v9 game, we got 2 destroyers on the enemy team, we can sail around, fly around those things, spot them, and I've yet to see a teammate shoot a fucking destroyer that we spotted. And we've done it about 4 or 5 times. Someday you'll be in a game where that happens, and then you'll be like, okay, this shit's pretty powerful. Curious how the Italian heavy AA works out. I don't know. Favorite type of ship? I tend to like them all, except for carriers. CVs are easy targets. Yeah, once you get to them, but I mean, they can hide in the back, you know. So the carrier positioning, it's kind of a fine line. You want to be close enough where you're able to launch planes and get into the action as quick as possible. You don't want to be too far back, like your battleships. You don't want to do your best Iowa impression, just back up, go to the moon, sit there, watch your team lose, and then go into the game full health. You want to be relevant with your positioning, but you don't want to get too close that they're actually spotting you as a surface ship. So Swirsky, I think Swirsky is a good choice for these. Someday they'll give us a carrier commander that has carrier concealment. That'll obviously be a very good inspiration. Did they implement subs on the PC? They're still working on them as far as I know. They keep testing them out and then it's a disaster and then they're like, all right, this isn't going to work. Let's try it again. 5v5, here we go. Now we're talking. Let's see, where do we want to park? Let's just go to here for now. I don't really know where the carrier should go on all the maps yet, obviously. I know as much about it as you guys do. Alright, so no destroyers, so we're not doing that roll. I guess if we can kill that Kuma, that'd be the best thing for our team. Oops. Torps are very slow. You just gotta get a feel for where to aim them. I mean, Torps are relatively easy to hit once you figure it out. I mean, maybe if you're going against players that are good at dodging them. Like, we couldn't hit the Monica Chola earlier. He was dodging the shit out of him. I mean, you get the premise from, like, a game design standpoint. Right now, I can damage every single ship on their team. Only one of them can damage me. And he has to specifically try and counter me. So right now we're spotting the whole team. Our team can shoot all these guys that we spot. I want to find that Kuma, just because it'll be the easiest to kill. It's probably over here. There he is. Took out 16 planes. Nice. Well, Bay, you got to check the fine print. Bay says he only affects destroyer concealment, so he's not going to actually do anything for you as a carrier. But yeah, there are carrier commander inspirations that deal with the concealment. Alright, we cycled his damage con. So, I mean, the fact that these guys aren't killing the cruiser that I'm spotting for them is not the fault of the carrier. It doesn't mean they're not as powerful as they actually are. It just means your teammates don't fucking know what they're doing, you know? Which is a main problem. That's always been a problem since this game launched. Nobody knows what they're doing out there. That doesn't lessen the strength of the class of ship, you know? Alright, how are we doing here? They're pushing in pretty aggressively. Nanotechniker coming in hot. Following you now since you started, and I learned a lot from you. Thank you very much. Wish you and your family a lot of luck and health, as we say in Germany. Thank you. Appreciate that, Nanotechniker. Appreciate the support. Alright, so once again we got this guy spotted. As a battleship player, shooting the Kuma would definitely be my priority. So you can blow that thing up from any angle. It's a lot of fun to shoot at. Yeah, one of them wanted to shoot him. But yeah, cruisers, I mean, let's see this. Well, he's turning away now, so. Normally I was going to say you got to aim him quite a bit, or lead him. Yeah, hopefully you can dodge that one. But another thing we're not talking about here is this forces him broadside. Now, clearly we know that these fucking guys are not going to shoot him. But if you ever get teammates on your team that actually shoot broadside targets, you can force these ships, you know, to angle or not angle based on your torpedo launches. Fuck, our team is just playing behind the base. So, you know, if we're better at dealing damage here, I mean, we'd have a better impact on this game. It's too bad they don't kill the Kuma. Looks like a loss to me. Look at our New York's going straight for their base. Tbull's got a pretty cool community. Absolutely, yeah, that's what makes it good. From my perspective is the quality people that have chosen to be a part of it. Yeah, so it's Peter's angling towards us pretty well. Yeah, just think about it. Out of the 5 minutes this match has been going on, the Kuma's been spotted for about 4.5 of it. Now, they have yet to shoot more than one salvo at him. Whoops. What happened there? Must have overshot the run. Alright, let's just recall that then. My god. Full retreat mode the entire game. Alright, let's see if this is even worth trying to do anything. Yeah, once we get spotted, we'll go down pretty quickly. Broadside Peter. Broadside Kuma. Yeah, let's just at least try and damage this fucker. Just about 1,500 damage there, so not too much. Robert coming in hot, Tbull. Wanted to show my support as well. Learned a good amount from watching your videos. And it's crazy how helpful it is. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's my main goal. It's always been the main goal at the channel here, is just because this game, from my perspective, it's a way more fun the more educated the players are in a given match. So it's kind of a selfish goal, but if I can do a little, just a small part of making the player base as a whole better, then I've done my job, I guess. Alright, so there I just want to get the planes launched since we're obviously going down. Four, three, oops. Oh, now they want to shoot at him. Why didn't you do that 20 minutes ago, man? Could have actually won this shit. Now, getting shot down here, I was just going to say I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't get close enough to have him shoot at me, because I could just permanently have that spotting in the air. Not that they need it for these guys, these two battleships, even though this guy became unspotted because he's behind the island, but technically I could have helped deal with that carrier as well. Now, the carrier probably would have shot me down fairly easily. The sad thing is that we could actually still win this game. Probably not. Nah, these guys are too low. Well, this guy's been... He just sailed up the gut trying to find the carrier. I don't know if he spotted him. Looks like he probably spotted him earlier. Just deal with the carrier last, okay? That's my advice. Like, yeah, there's going to be better... Carriers better dealing damage than me, but Red preventing me from dealing 7,000 damage, not that important. Killing these fucking ships that have been in our base the entire game, much more important. Never understand why people choose to not target destroyers first. I mean, a lot of it's just they don't have the confidence to hit them. Or they don't understand the value. You know, if you plop down into this game, it's your first game, you're going to be like, oh my god, the battleships, they're so big. The guns, they deal so much damage if they hit. That's who I should be killing. Now, the battleships are more or less worthless. Won't hit a DD with planes? Yeah. No, that's, I mean, that's it. You got to work with your team in this game. We can spot the plane, or the DD. We can keep him permanently spotted, more or less. But if nobody on our team is going to shoot him, he's not going to get punished for that, you know. So hopefully once we get out of these tier 3 games, we'll actually see some people targeting the DDs that we're spotting. Then you'll see the value of the carrier go up. Play a game as a DD? Yeah, we could check it out. Why don't we... Well, I was going to say we could try the Kid, but I don't think the Kid will probably run into a carrier. We could try the Farragut, maybe. Everybody get the Sorry bundle in the store? No. Didn't even know about it. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Sorry bundle for adding CVs. Try putting on the mod. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. You were running tier 6 carriers and you saw some carriers? Or cruisers, I mean. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, there's definitely people that had enough green XP to go through the, you know, up to the tier 7. I can't imagine it would cost more than... I think it was about 9. It was probably about 100 green XP to go from the 3 to the 5. It's probably about 250 to go to the 7, I would guess. Maybe 300, I don't know. I got enough green XP to get one of them up to tier 7 for sure. But I'm not in a big rush. I'd rather learn carriers in the low tiers so that my tier 7 teammates aren't like, God, this fucking guy. Oh, the Sea Spuds? That's fine. We're just in these goofball 4v4, 5v5 matches. Maybe we'll play one more and see how much green XP we got. Maybe we'll zoom up to the Ryujo or something. Yeah, nobody knows what's going on out there. I think there's a lot of brand new players. But if we're playing tier 3 and we got new players on our teams, we're not going to be too crabby about it. Alright. Oh, 4v4. Okay, fun. Yeah, no destroyers again. Tier 5 have an extra consumable? We'd have to take a look. Server overload? No, I haven't seen that yet. It's just every game except for the Suzuya game we played has been 4v4 or 5v5. Which, like I say, we predicted that with crystal clarity. It's just, hopefully that isn't a permanent problem, otherwise it won't be a problem for long because everyone will quit playing. Yeah, it's tough to like have any strategy when like we got one entire flank is covered by a Ganget. Looks like their carrier's just trying to torp me. Alright, so we got their entire team over here. So this battleship, rather than getting B for free, is like, fuck that. Let's take the first 8 minutes and then go over here and then see how badly our team's losing by the time we get relevant. This looks like a loss to me. It's kind of bullshit, though, that their entire team spawns together and ours doesn't. Double fire. Target selection. Who do we aim for? Emily. Emily's the easiest to kill. And if you're in a 3v2 over here, your top priority in life should be to make it a 2v2. How do you do that the quickest? Kill the Emily. Shooting the Gulio, even if he's broadside, is going to take a while. Alright. Looks like our battleship actually might get into a good spot there if you can counter that Emily. Their Gulio one-shots our broadside Omaha. That's shocking. Yeah, if this guy, I mean, I understand it's a slow battleship, but if you move over for the first 2-3 minutes, get B for free, that's, what, 400 or 500 free points throughout the course of the match? Rather than being down by 80 to start. Would have been a stronger play, in my opinion. If he wants to get on A, that would just be almost as good. Alright. Okay, we shot him. Help me help you. Yeah, we might. I don't think so. I think it turned out of that one. Guess we should help with the Suzuki. Fuck. Well, you guys just shoot this thing. Oh, he got it. He turned over it and got a hit. Alright. Try and help this guy a little bit. Alright, I got the Emily. That's step one. Alright. Step two, do we want to kill Gulio or Ishizuki? Gulio's on the cap, which is more strategically important. He's also winning the fight. Maybe we can turn the tide if we help over here. Fucking hell, man. I want to give a little more cushion there because he's turning into those torps, so. Try and turn around here. Technically, we can torp this guy. Nope. Alright, let's just go back to the plane here. I kind of just need him to win that fight. Unfortunately, this Gulio's coming to kill us. So if we're going to die, then he's on a 1v3 anyways. So that's not going to really help him. Alright, he got the Ishizuki. Man, this fucking carrier takes his time turning around, doesn't it? Alright. Just gonna manually steer this over here. Or just gonna try and angle against him as best as we can. Yeah, get back. That's good advice, man. You got any other good fucking ideas? See if we can slow him down and get out of his detection range. Look at where he's going. It's going to take him about 35 minutes to catch this guy. We'll be long dead. Alright. It doesn't look like a win to me. Maybe you guys are seeing something I'm missing. Alright, so we got one plane left. I'm just going to try and keep it alive if I can. Oh, never mind. KPZ coming in hot. Looking forward to either of the new premiums. Well, oh, I do have the plane still alive here. What are the new premiums? Let me double check here. Why is it going to take him a million years? Because this guy's going south, right? You see where he started off in A, which is where this guy's going to. He's going to where he was 10 minutes ago. You should always be going to where the ship is going. Oh, I'm dead. I'm like trying to steer the fucking thing. I mean, I understand he's kind of frazzled dealing with the carrier dropping him, but anyway, let's see what the premiums are here. Oh, the October Revolution and the Leon. Well, that'll be interesting. We'll see if there's an Italian cruiser or destroyer commander. So that part will be intriguing. I don't really know much about Italian destroyers, so that'll be cool. I'll be looking forward to that. And then Soviet battleships. I mean, we'll see how that one stacks up, but generally I like that class. Yeah, let's say we had ships that could actually shoot this guy, like just sailing away out of his AA range here. You could just basically keep him permanently spotted for the rest of the match. Or, you know, there'd be better targets. But obviously there's 0% chance that we're going to win this, so might need to bail out. Yeah, it's a little hot in there. Do you think it ever crossed this guy's mind to get on the cap? I could rephrase the question. Do you think this guy is trying to win at all? No. There's the carrier. Let me go shoot the carrier. They're brand new players, hopefully. We'll leave them alone. Yeah, I don't know. These don't seem too powerful to me, so I feel like I'm alright with them. I mean, again, we're dealing with low experienced carrier players in general, myself included. Alright, game. Leona in October. Those will be the 2 new premium ships that you can buy during this update cycle. Well, the Congo got a decent score, I guess. I don't really... It's a very strange spawn. Like, they start off 3v2, and then that's supposed to be a good game. Alright. Jesus Christ. You don't get any fucking experience in 3v3s. Let's just boost those. I'm getting sick of that tier 3 shit. We'll try this guy out, see what happens. Preparation rate. Sounds good to me. Secondary battery. What is the secondary battery? 4 kilometers. Proof that you've been to the tub and back. Let's put a green camo on this thing. Alright, let's answer your question about the consumable. Oh, I think the answer is the guy. It's the return plane. I thought there was a different consumable that we were looking at, but I'll verify that here in a moment for you. Labels the main guns. Detonation. Yeah, if you just play long enough, you'll get detonated sooner or later. Premium Ganget. Let's take a look. Let's see what the Wargaming Wiki says. $12 305s, 4v3 turrets. Early Dreadnought. Captains familiar with Nikolai 1 will find October Revolution similar playstyle, with nearly identical main battery guns and addition of decent anti-aircraft armament. Sounds interesting. Oh, wow. We got a whole fucking game here. I'm not even ready to roll. Alright, well, we'll see if we can spot some destroyers this game and see if they'll actually shoot them. Here I am buffing the Dewey in the back like a complete noob. Yeah, that one sounds interesting. Alright. Why is this terrible? Just rushing up the gut. Alright, so here's this Fubuki. We'll see if we can keep him spotted long enough. Will they shoot the destroyer? Find out next time on the Days of Our Lives. My God, people. If someone wanted to sum up how to win World of Warships in one sentence or less, it would be shoot the destroyers. So you can always tell if your team's trying to win the game or not, if they will shoot the destroyers or not. If they refuse to shoot them, they're not trying to win the game. They're just a bunch of fucking scrubs. Yeah. Alright, let's turn this around here. Oh, they're doing good damage to the battleship parked in the moon, though. That's a good sign. Alright, so we know the center spawn won't shoot the destroyer. Let's see. Let's try the western spawn. See if they know what they're doing over there. We're not gonna support people that don't know what the fuck's going on and aren't gonna use the support that we provide them. It's just kind of a waste of a... We're a limited resource like everything else on our team. If we're gonna misallocate spotting destroyers that people refuse to shoot, that's a bad play. So you gotta recognize what your team's doing. But they should have a destroyer over here, hopefully. We'll just look for his AA. There he is. He's turning in. He might hit the torps before they arm. Nope. Alright, Yukikaze is not getting shot again. Let's see what we can do here. I feel like the guys on the east seem like they know what they're doing. They're actually moving forward a little bit. I don't know really how the carriers were when they first came out on PC, but the conspiracy theory is they came up with this style just to so they could put them on consoles for us idiots. Alright, so there we had a guy shoot the destroyer that we spotted, so that's the fucking power right there. If your teammates get their heads out of their asses, you can spot those things, they'll blow them up. And then your team will have an advantage with destroyers, and that usually translates into a win. As long as you're not dealing with the scrubbiest of the scrubby babies. But these Japanese destroyers, I don't think they have any fucking AA to write home about. So we'll just sail over them until they shoot them. Someone shot them. Nice duck flag, yeah. The duck flag will be on all my carriers, that's a given. Alright, so we got Terrible, Fubuki, Miyoko with a Moon to Bayern. It's plenty of ships that should be close enough to shoot this destroyer if we spot them, so we'll try it again. If he's sitting in the smoke, we obviously won't see him, but we do have the destroyer going up the western half of the map too, which is now spotted. See if we can see the AA just so we know where he is roughly. There he is. Let's see, he's... That might be the other destroyer spotting this guy too, but we'll make sure he stays spotted. Belfast probably would shred us, so we'll try and stay away from him. Once this Yukikaze is done, we'll go find the guy in the east. Get rid of that destroyer. There we go. Oops. I just hit the consumable, whatever that was. What is that consumable? Does anyone know? Looks like a walkie-talkie or something. Duck life. Alright, we'll move the carrier up. The guy was last seen going towards his base. Alright, so that was their carrier spotting our terrible. Squadron. Oh, there it is. How do you abort a fucking attack? There's got to be a way to do it. I guess you just drop the bombs. Let's see if the Bayern wants to shoot this guy. Again, the only reason this thing is spotted is because of what we're doing right here. Fuck. Alright. Calls in fighter support. But where did the fighters go? Around my ship or around my squadron? Let's try it out and see what happens. Oh, it is around the squadron. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Gotta focus on work. Alright, thanks for hanging out. See if he shoots. They got a low duration smoke. Once it runs out, I want him to be spotted immediately. There he is. Alright, so that Bayern can't spot this guy, but we'll just keep him lit. I mean, it's the only ship left on their team, so sooner or later someone will shoot at him. Alright. Let's see. Got him on fire. That increases the detectability as well. You should keep that in mind. So usually, I mean, this match, I think this is a better illustration of what I would see these things doing. More spotting. We're not doing a lot of damage. We're getting a little bit here and there. That'll go up over time as we just get better with the torps and the bombs, you know. If we keep this fucking thing lit, that means our team can shoot them. And those don't arm until that white triangle pops up, so we can see. I think he would have... I think those would have been duds if they hit him. Because of how he turned into those torps. Here's the widespread surprise, baby. There he is! Oh! Look out for these fucking pro strats here. That's how you do it. That's a widespread torp right there. The ones we normally mock and ridicule ain't got nothing on that. Alright, so without premium, we make 43,000 there for what looks like a pretty low damage game. Now, obviously, we got a lot of points here, and we didn't do much damage, so those points are coming from the spotting that we're doing. Widespread surprise, awful band name. Yeah, what? That deserves one of these. Let's see. Oh, we can't hear it. Fuck. Let's try it over here. All right. Rubber duckies. Yeah, let's try. You want to try Farragut? See how they do. Oops. So here you could put the AA guns on if you want. Firing range, 20%. So our max is 5 right now, so we can get 6 kilometers. We get an extra 6 for that first aura. I think we should have pretty good AA coverage here. Let's see what our air detectability is. 2.9. So again, it's usually, I mean, if they're looking for our AA fire, they're going to see that well before they actually see the ship. Just came and saw the last torp run, yeah. I feel like if you got a spread pattern like that, where it's like a wide V, I think the torps tend to... I don't know how it works exactly. I think on paper it's supposed to be completely randomized within that spread, but like if that's the aim that I have available, usually they go kind of fan out like that if you account for it. I mean, that's twice that we've hit that aim point today, like a widespread, so it seems to work. Server's overloaded. Well, I guess it's paying off for him. People are loving it. Alright, so I don't think it has this AA stats on here, but this should be good. I think American DD should have pretty good AAA. You got kicked from a match? Wow. Must be a fuck ton of players trying to play carriers right now. Catch him off guard with the widespread. I mean, he was like, damn, I got this shit dodged. You know, he thought it was all golden. Alright, there's no carrier this... Oh, there is a carrier. I was going to say. Our science is out the window. I don't think there's a... Yeah, there should be a destroyer over here. Let's see here if anyone's gonna do anything. Now the carrier does kind of screw up the spawns a little bit because normally I'd have 3 spawn over here, and I think this battleship left his assignment wherever the fuck he went. No, I think he was a center spawn, actually. So I guess one side just kind of gets screwed over. Yeah, we gotta help this guy before he goes down. Alright. Alright, so let's try and get under these bombers and see what we can do here. So we got 5 kilometers that start shooting. Now, it doesn't look like we're doing any damage yet. Torpedoes, they're trying to hit us broadside if they're coming in this way. Yeah, we're not really doing a whole lot of fucking up the planes yet. It's not nearly as aggressive as I was hoping. Looks like the planes are dead. Alright, let's go fight these destroyers. We'll have to keep an eye on this flank because there's no nothing stopping them from pushing in here. Okay, let's see. So these suicide runs, you gotta be real careful because now all of a sudden these planes will be spotting you all the time. You're really gonna get screwed up on those. Any whiffs? Let's see here. Why aren't you shooting back, bud? Oofta. That was brutal. Alright, so if we go fight that Farragut, should be good to go. Code 77, the server overloaded. Yeah, maybe if you're in right now, you can stay in, but if you're trying to get in, it's too many people on there, I don't know. That's pretty wild. CVs have definitely affected the meta, yeah. That's what I've always predicted. I mean, I've always said they're going to be the most powerful in the spotting department. Now, as we've seen, it takes a little bit of understanding on everyone's part to utilize that. Whoa. Just staring at those planes, seeing if we're doing any damage. Drago's coming in out. Might be our last game, server's out. Yeah, that's what they're saying. I don't know if it's... If you're in, you're in. Oh, you might be right. This could be the end of the line. So we got 2 options. We can torque the edge of the smoke, trying to hit the Farragut, which is a better target. Or we could try and push into the Orion. But I'm here to kill the Farragut. And then after that, if we die, we die. So we'll torque the Farragut. Thank you, Dragos. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll find out here. That's pretty wild, though, that so many people are playing that they're having trouble with this server. Oh, wow, he's that low. What the hell happened to him? Huh? I didn't understand he was that low. Uh-oh. Now, if this guy's coming towards us, we gotta get ready to run, but since he's not, we're okay. We're in the clouds, so the plane can't necessarily see us. He'll be able to see us shooting. And he might as well try and blind fire us. Check the AP, not doing much damage. Go back to the HE. Definitely harder to play DD, yeah. That's. I mean, a lot of people always thought the destroyers were too overpowered. That wasn't necessarily my opinion, but keep in mind, like, bad carrier player, they're just going to try and tour battleships the whole game, so bad carriers aren't necessarily going to calm down the destroyers, but I think good carriers that are focusing on killing the destroyers, that'll limit their effectiveness in a lot of ways. Yeah, let's just get on the base here. I guess we could try and find the carrier. Since this game is looking pretty wrapped up. There you are. Hello. I think on the PC version, if you set them on fire, they used to not be able to spawn planes at that point in time. But I believe that's been nerfed or buffed compared to, depending on your point of view. This guy just don't want to move. Let's try that. Oh, we can citadel him with HE. Interesting. Let's test the AP. Oh yeah. Shred the fuck out of these guys. Beautiful. DD is way more fun now. Maybe it is, I don't know. I mean, if you're adding an extra layer of difficulty, staying away from the planes, you can make the case. Alright, decent. Yeah, I mean, the Farragut's AA's, it works, but it wasn't shredding them. So, I would try the kit. I just don't know if there's enough carriers in there to be reliable. Let's try this goofball again. Let's see, what are we dealing with here? This might even be worth switching over to that. Let's try that. 8-kilometer detection, that's pretty good. Well, we'll see if we can get into another match or not. Kid's a super AA destroyer, Venom, AA rating of 4. I think the Venom, the concept is they gave up some AA to have all those torps on there. Yeah, we're getting much better matchmaking at tier 5, so that's just, again, a reflection that most of the carrier players are still tier 3. Shards, this will be interesting. This is a tightly packed map, so I think we'll try and go over here to start, and then we'll see how the map develops. Oh, we got Darth Vader on the Ranger over there. That guy's a real trickster. Got Suzuya. Yeah, I'll put out my Suzuya video tomorrow is the plan. Servers don't work. Yeah, it seems to me like if you're in the game right now, you can play. If you're not in the game, it's overloaded. Alright, 3 destroyers. We'll try our strategy again. Now we gotta recognize, like, these guys only have 2 ships spawn because of our presence. These guys have 3. Now you have the option, do you want to help your... I guess this is technically a stronger side than the middle. I usually like to play this map, everyone focus on killing B and then playing the flanks. But, let's see if we can spot a destroyer here that's on B. It's probably right at the edge of this island right here. Is usually where they go. So having these carriers will change your opening plays a lot as a destroyer player. Alright, there he is. So we just look for the AA, find that. There might be 2 destroyers right here. Could spot them both. Yeah, just got him for about 12-13% of his health. Shoot your guns, Molotov. What are you doing, man? Alright. So since they got 2 destroyers on B, it'll be our main focus until that clears up. Hopefully this Molotov can kill one of them. Alright, he got the Mayhem. Looks like they're conceding C for unknown reasons. Alright, let's get our engine boost here. What is going through these guys' minds? Kicked you out? It's the streamer privilege. That's kind of interesting. So you were playing for a while and then it kicked you out of the game, huh? That's too bad. Well, at any moment our luck could run out then. So yeah, this Laga's AA just shreds us. Could be another matter if our team would shoot him. But if we can kill the Laga, then we can find that other destroyer. Thank you, Dragos. Appreciate that. Takes forever to load 2-3 carrier. Yeah, I was getting about 3-minute wait times usually. Yeah, we'll see if we can finish. Come on, guys. Bayern just runs from a Laga. Why the fuck is the thinking? There's a reason you think I'm arrogant. Yeah, not for everyone. You certainly don't have to tune in if you don't enjoy it. I've played over 10,000 games though, so I probably know more than most players in terms of what's going on, but you never know. Maybe not. We see a lot of really quality gameplay out of our random Johnny Potatoes out there, so you're probably right. Maybe I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. No more solo DD games for you. Yeah, it's just, you gotta figure out how to do it. There's gonna be a pacing to it, you know? Alright, if this guy's gonna bomb us, we better move a little bit. 16-0, nice. It's a hell of a session. The authority on Bud Zero, yeah, unfortunately. Jolly Green Giant. Alright, so we've had C for about 10 minutes, and then we're not leaving C for some reason. I would be arrogant, though, if I told you that was a bad idea, so I'll just let you figure it out for yourself. Come on, big money. Alright, it should be a permanent fire. Let's see here. I guess we're going to move up here since that's where our team is. How do you fucking ping a base in this game? It's pretty arrogant if you tell your teammates like how to win, but a lot of times they won't know what's going on. They think like sitting on a base that we already control is a good strategy. So just be an arrogant asshole and just tell them capture B. You can see we'd actually be up on score if we held B the entire time. How did I not get kicked out? Special privilege. What arrogance. What key combination triggers it to go into the position? What you talking about? You talking about the bomb runs? So for HE bombers, we got this white circle to begin with, right? So when we click the trigger, that's going to commence the bomb run. We're going to go, that's basically where we're going to go when the bomb run commences. So we hit it there because the ship's moving forward. Now we get a new aimer, this green one. That's the actual bomb aim point. We want to get as close to the ship as possible and get them on there. Sorry for being arrogant and giving you tips. It's kind of an asshole move, I admit it, but whatever. You're stuck with me. Showcase Atlanta. Yeah, I'm worried about it. I only got time for maybe one more game, but I don't think there's enough high tier carries out there to like guarantee it. And I didn't want to use a lot of my time today maybe seeing stuff, so base permanent selection. Yeah, I've told them before, like spam getting the command for the base should be the easiest. It's the only command that really has a lot of value. But it's very, very hard to do. Ooh, it looks like a pretty good torp there in the queen. Look out! Oh! Nice. So we'll see if we can help finish this one off here. That should hopefully seal the deal now that we got B. Better not tell him about Spartan. Yeah, Spartan. Spartan does his own thing. It's obviously the most popular content producer on YouTube for this game, so he's got his style, I got my style. We're both arrogant pricks, so makes it interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, those torps are way faster than they used to be. This is way easier to hit torpedoes now. And the bombers, they actually still seems like it's quite tightened up to me. HE bombers are just harder to use, but I think the main thing is holding that bomb run as much as possible. So it's just figuring out when to commence the run and when to hold on to it. I think is going to be the key to that. I mean, like their carrier, for instance, knows there's a destroyer on our team in the game, but he's just trying to torp this backline battleship. So this is not to pick on this guy. Obviously, he's a new carrier player like everyone else, but in my opinion, that's bad carrier play. We don't want to be focusing on battleships that are in the back. This guy's not doing anything. Where is he? You know, he's not protecting C because there's no one attacking C. He's not really protecting B. He is a little bit. That's like strategically the least valuable target on our team, and yet that's all the carrier's been trying to do. So again, it's going to take everyone a while to figure it out, so we're not going to give him too much of a hassle, but something easy to point out in my opinion. Oh. Alright, so we'll go spot this cruiser. There he is. First storm coming in hot. Installed the game September 29th, 2019 after seeing one of your videos. Been watching ever since then. Thank you very much. Yeah. You've definitely been around for quite a while. A lot of my viewers have been around for quite a while. Makes it a lot of fun. Appreciate that, First Storm. Thank you. Oh, wow, that York completely shredded us before we could even drop. I think we only had 4 planes, but that's still pretty good. See, if the cruisers can protect themselves from these things, then I'm feeling all right about them, you know? I've just seen videos on PC where, like, Des Moines, for instance, like, supposedly one of the best AA ships in the game, couldn't stop carriers from attacking it. You know, there's got to be counters to these things. As long as there is, then I think we're all right. So I'm not, after playing this for a few hours now, I'm not too down on how these carriers are right now. I think if they're going to be in the game, they seem to be in a pretty good spot. We'll see how the tier 7s are tuned up. Some people were telling me they were putting together a lot of damage with those. So that could be a little bit frightening, but we'll see. So far I'm feeling alright about them. Come on, big money. Oh! So he slowed down to dodge that. We'll see if we can catch him on the rebound here. This is kind of the shitty part. When you get the same squad attacking you multiple times. Ooh, good dodge. Excellent. Oh, he might hit it on the... Oh! Overcompensated. That's the second time we've seen that today. That could be a little bit tricky. We'll have to see how that plays out. Oops. California build with 100 AA rating. Yeah, I mean, that's good. There should be builds that can shut the shit down, you know? Alright, let's see. We got all the caps. Well, the game will be over by the time we can find them. Alright. So that was a pretty good carrier game, I thought. A lot of spotting. Did some damage while we're at it. Kind of a bonus. Yeah, pretty good. This Fubuki had a good game. Yeah, you can see the difference to the approach. We got rid of their destroyers. He attacked the battleships, and you can see the score at the end. Alright, we'll do one more here, and then I gotta get rolling here. Too bad we have to waste builds on one gameplay mechanic. Yeah, whatever. I mean, you can make a case for that being a good thing too, because like I don't have a single ship in this game where I don't have secondary or aiming systems mod 2 in slot 1, except for maybe like a goofball or secondary build on the Bismarck or something like that. What made... Oh, he made you feel better about the series? Yeah. I mean, again, we're still seeing like new players play these, you know. So you got to keep that in mind. They're stronger than they seem to be, but as long as they're not too strong, we'll be all right. Surprised they actually added the carriers? Nah. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I got 2 destroyers. You out of here, Purse Storm? Alright, we'll see ya. Alright, so we'll see if we can spot those destroyers again. Yeah, this tier 5 games, I mean, we've been getting right into the games. We've had full games, so fingers crossed once these players get spread out a little bit. Alright, Eric, we'll see ya. Relatively unskilled, but still pretty strong. That's what I'm saying, yeah, we gotta keep that in mind. See if we can spot a destroyer over here. Alright, I don't see one. There's nobody getting on C. It'd be cool if our team would recognize this. Guess we might as well just drop this guy since we're losing most of our HP. So our destroyer sees that C is unoccupied and they're gonna attack it, hopefully. So that's good. So they probably got 2 destroyers on B, so we'll try and spot those guys. Well, they might have one over here. I don't know whose smoke that is. Could be this Mayhem's. Okay, let's see where these guys are. Yeah. Trying to judge what destroyer that is by the smoke. Let's see. Oh! Alright, so we got C. We got this thing spotted. Was anyone going to shoot him? Again, this is the sad thing about this is like if your team is going to huddle up in the back, pissing their pants and not shoot the destroyers, then most of the value that you're going to get out of this class isn't actually going to pay off. You know, anytime you can keep a destroyer spotted for minutes at a time, it should be dead. Oh, there Ryujo got our Mayhem. let's give it one of these. Alright, he's dead. Oh. Alright. Slowest damage in them doesn't really matter. If these guys just fucking shoot them, you know? Oh. Like, Miyoko, why are we not shooting this fucking thing here? Come on, man. Maybe everyone's all just discombobulated because they got a bomber back there or something. I don't know. But we've kept this guy lit for about 2 minutes. We kept the other guy lit for about 2 minutes. Those should translate to destroyer kills if your team's not completely not paying attention. Okay. What's up, Zerkin? I don't know if you can see a black hole from the air. Let's see if we can... You can't really zoom in, so... But usually you can't actually see a black hole because no light can escape it. Yeah, there's definitely something right about here that's pulling all of our team into that spot. If they're not going to shoot the destroyer, then fuck it. We're not going to spot them. We might as well try and hold on to C. I mean, this team is just not doing a single thing to try and win the game. Oh. The guy's fucking beached and they won't shoot him. Alright. Is there any hope for this game? I don't see it. That's what you call a losing strategy right there. It is arrogant of me to say that, though. You don't want to necessarily point out good strategy or bad strategy. But, nah, I don't really care. I'm arrogant as fuck. How much longer I got? Not long. This is the last game. Gotta get rolling after that. It's arrogant to point out that hovering in the back of the map doing nothing is gonna lose you the game. But we don't care about being called arrogant around here. It's usually just the people that their strategy is the one we're bitching about. Like the people, if they accidentally tune into someone who's trying to explain to you guys, don't do what these guys are doing, they get offended. They don't like to hear it. Yeah, you can see, you can zoom in on the map. There's no points right here. You can see we got A, B, C right here, and then D. So this spot right here, there's nothing to control. So why you would possibly move the majority of your team's HP down there? I don't know. I have no idea. Trying to win his arrogance, yes. I'm just giving whoever that was shit. I mean, it's just such a stupid thing. If you don't like the content, there's so much other shit you can tune into. Coming in hot. Oh. I'm sure they're having a blast. They've watched the entire match through their binoculars. We have a Jervis torping a Flint while we have 3 caps under enemy control. What are you doing? AA seem to work better after you make an attack. Well, I mean, as you make the attack, you're under constant attack, you know, so like as I'm approaching the target, the guns just start to go off, then I gotta fly over it. I'm gonna be under fire the entire time. As I come out the other side, you're still under fire. Like, we haven't stopped being under fire since we came in the first run. So I think it probably just seems that way, because... Oh, wow, look at that spread. Works against destroyers, not against battleships. Alright, well, at no point in time were we ever contesting that game. But hopefully they had fun sitting back here watching the match through the binoculars. The arrogance, yes. Bob and weave. Yeah, I'm still getting the hang of using the planes. What was that? We got shut out. They got all the score that they needed. Alright, well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. That was a great turnout today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let's see. Couple new subscribers. Thanks to anyone who's subscribed. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We got a lot of World of Warships, but now we had Sean become a new member, and Stylo re-upped. Then we had Christian, Carlos, Perstorm, Nanotechniker, Robert, KPZ, and Dragos with donations today. Appreciate that, guys, quite a bit. Appreciate the support. Hope the guys had a good time there. Yeah, stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have the Suzuya video, and then we'll probably have some more carrier coverage with tips and stuff like that. So that's what will be coming up soon. But yeah, gotta get rolling here, so we'll see y'all. Oh, giving a couple ships away. Yeah, not today, but we'll have giveaways going. So we'll do 1 ship for channel members. Those are the guys with the green names. And then we'll have 2 for channel subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, that's another good reason to subscribe. Stay tuned for that. We'll have a few ships to give away in the next week or two. I'll just got to figure out exactly how I want to do it. And then we'll